good evening, and good
Hey
evening.
everybody,
Yes, we are back
we're
full in effect.
back.
We had to
Yes,
take a month off to get rejuvenated, to get some
yes,
more shows lined up for you all. But tonight we have a special guest all the way from D Town, Detroit in the
yes, Detroit, yeah.
But we have an amazing guest on tonight. His name is Emilio Minor. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly because I can really chop up people's names. So forgive me if I chopped up your name. But again, he has an amazing testimony that he's going to be sharing tonight with you all.
Yeah,
I'm excited to dive in with him. I'm pretty sure my co-host
yeah,
Wendy, she's excited to
yeah,
dive in with
I'm ready
him.
too.
So
Yes,
if y'all need to take a break and go get you a cup of coffee or some water, something, come go get it and come back because you don't want to miss what Emilio has to say on tonight. And
yes,
this is coming from a man, and we always hear women talk about
yes,
what we're going to talk about tonight. We always hear women share their stories and things that they've triumphed over, things that they've gone through, and how the Lord had brought them out. But on tonight, we're going to have a male come on and who's not
yes,
ashamed or afraid to talk about what he's been through, what he's doing now, in the midst of all of that he has come out of. That is his testimony. But I'm not going to talk
yes.
anymore because I can talk forever, forever, forever.
Okay, bring him on, girl. Bring
All
him
right, all
on.
right, all right. Emilio, let's introduce Emilio. Emilio, welcome to the stage.
How y'all
Hey.
doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you for staying up, and 'cause I know it's later over there in Detroit, but we thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come on to the Healing Project and to share your story with our viewers on tonight.
Yeah.
So, Emilio, please introduce who you are. Who was the man behind the man in the mirror?
Well, my name is Emilio Minor, 35 years old. I've been married for a year and a half now. I have two beautiful kids. Um, I'm an author, award-winning author. I just
Okay.
got honored as a
Come on now.
appreciate it. I got honored at Kennedy University as a honorary doctoral degree in creative writing
Oh,
and film,
awesome.
and
Awesome.
I appreciate. I'll be receiving my diploma in December.
Okay.
Come on
When I'm not
now.
doing that, I'm a full time Ford worker at one of the big three Ford Motor Company as a supervisor,
Mm.
and that's my story.
All right, all right. We love it. We
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I know you have a story, and from your bio that you have shared briefly with us, I know the title of your book is The Man in the Mirror. But before we dive into that, I want to ask you, and I'm pretty sure Wendy has some questions as well. Want to ask you, what prompted you to begin writing, and what prompted you to write the title that you wrote on tonight? I mean, before, but you're sharing on tonight. Excuse me.
What prompted me to write this story is one, I was going through a real tough situation in my life, going through a real bad breakup before I met my wife.
Hmm.
I wanted to be a writer. I always wanted to be a writer, but it prompted me to become a writer once I went through bad trauma in my life.
Okay.
It started off in high school. Everybody trying to figure out who they are, peer pressure,
Right.
and from there, I got cut from my high school basketball team.
Mm.
And from there, I went into a real bad depression. I became suicidal,
Mm.
and one day I had a journal lying around the house, and then I just began to write,
Okay.
and from there it just took off. But I didn't start taking my writing serious until I went to college, and we had to do a assignment was to write like a poem, a freestyle verse poem, and then I wrote that poem, and then my teacher pulled me to the side and was like, "You should take your writing more serious because this is what very powerful." The name of the title of that thing that I wrote was called "Quiet Rebuild," which I wrote my first book about.
Mm.
Awesome. Do you remember it?
The poem, no, I do not remember the poem. Um, Not off the top of my head though, but I did write a book about it, and I know at the end of that book, I did write a letter to myself. The character's name was James. He wrote a letter to himself. So at the end of every book that I write is always a letter at the end.
Oh, I
Okay.
love it. I love it. I
How
love it.
many books have you written?
I have written, this will be number 10 for me,
Ooh.
and
Okay.
I helped published about this will be I published my published company. We published about seven already, and we have three authors that's already award winning authors.
Okay now.
Awesome.
Okay.
Come on now. That's what's
I
up.
love that. I love how you put in
Yeah.
your story in books, so other people can read, because you never know what we go through can always help somebody else that's going through certain things in their
Mhm.
lives. To hear you say that, you were suicidal, but you came out of it, and you're still here and you're sharing your story, because especially from a man's perspective, we don't hear a lot of men talk about what happened or what they've gone through. And that's one of the things I share with my youngest son. He goes, Mom, do you know that the highest rate of suicide is in men, in young men? I said, really? He says, yeah. And he's begin to go, he began to talk about his story, and then the women that he connects to, and how sometimes women can be honorary and they can be devious and all that good old stuff, right?
Yeah.
But and it's good to start sharing these type of things, because we have so many young men that are hurting or suffering inside, and they're not able to
Mhm.
share their story, or they're afraid to share their story because they don't want to be ashamed, or they don't want anybody to laugh at them, or call them weak.
Yeah.
So in the midst of you're going through that situation, what actually helped you to come out of it?
So I started going to therapy. Um,
Okay.
I was start going to therapy, and then I was scared at first. I didn't really want to do therapy. I thought by self healing myself would be the option,
Hmm.
but
Mhm.
that wasn't the plan that God had for me.
Come
Yes.
on.
I grew up in church all my life, and
Okay.
I was praying and asking God, like, what can I do to better myself? And um, my father, he was like, maybe you should try therapy. I
Hmm.
Mm.
spoke with my pastor. I got spiritual guidance from my pastor, and then
Good.
and
Good.
then my dad validated everything and told me to start going to therapy.
Hmm.
And then from there, I just started, taking advice from the therapist. And it was hard at first, trying to open up to somebody because, like I said, society tells us that men are, if you go to therapy or you have emotional intelligence, that you are weak.
Right.
And
Yeah.
for me, I didn't want to have all that anger built up because I didn't want that to trigger on if I wanted to, eventually get married one day, and I didn't want my emotional intelligence not to lack in that area. So I wanted to be emotionally strong for the person
Mm.
that I'm with. And
Mhm.
if you're not emotionally invested into a woman, you can fall short.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have anything to say, Wendy?
That was a mouthful right there.
Yeah.
So, when you decided to go to therapy, um, when you first started going, did you feel like you had a safe place to, tell your feelings, your emotions, how things were going for you, and was that therapist effective for you?
Yeah. My first, I ain't gonna lie. My first week at therapy, we didn't talk. I didn't say nothing. I just
Mm.
stared. I stared at him. He was
Really?
Oh
like, "You're not gonna
wow.
say." He was like, "You're not gonna say nothing." I was like, "No." I said, He gave me a pad and a pen. He was like, "If you don't want to talk, we can write stuff down." So
Okay.
for the first week, I wrote everything down, and then he started impacting everything. But before I even walked into the therapy session, he was like, "It's something." He already knew I had an issue already,
Mm.
and he
Okay.
knew. And then we sat down. Like I said, that first week we didn't talk. I just wrote everything out, and then from there, I got comfortable a little bit. We started talking about life,
Okay.
and then when you first go to therapy, you got to peel back some layers. And I didn't want to go back
Yes.
to my childhood. So when
Mm.
I went back to my childhood, it just brought me back into a little dark place.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And once we impacted that dark place, and then I got a chance to open up to him, and then from
Okay.
there, I got the feeling, you know, I gradually got better and better, and then at one point, I got real comfortable.
Good,
Yeah,
good, 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 good. You
that's
said
good.
something. You said something very important and very key. You know, layers. A lot of us don't like to peel back them layers. Don't want to peel back
Yeah,
layers. Because someone underneath some of them layers is a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. So,
yeah.
and and you mentioned something too as well, Emilio, as far as like in our community, we look at therapy as a negative thing that is not a positive thing, so we don't like to go. And a lot of times in our homes we were told what happens in the house stays in the house. So we don't share those
Hmm.
things that we've gone through, which ends up hurting us in the long run. But I like how you said that because you looked on the road, you look to your future. So you're saying, and you already had the mindset and saying that um I have to get me together because if I want to get married, I want to be right for the person I get married to. So that takes a
Hmm.
lot. That's maturity right there.
That was
Because a lot
maturity.
of
Yeah,
people don't think like that. Well,
yeah.
they will deal with whatever I'm going through, and they think the person's supposed to accept it. But I loved how you took your power back and you went and you got the healing for yourself, even though somebody may have
Hmm.
caused the hurt and the trauma in your life, but you took your power back and said, "No, I'm finna go and I'm getting ready to get my healing, because I want to be right for that person, even for your children, for that matter." So I want to commend you
Hmm.
on that, taking that step because I know it's a big step, is a
Yeah,
tough step, but I'm glad that you took that step.
I
yeah.
appreciate that.
Yes.
And how long were you in therapy?
When I was in therapy, I still go to therapy to this day.
Okay,
I don't never stop. We always talk.
okay,
Me and my therapist. He's like another mentor to me. We
Okay.
talk. We
okay.
talk all the time. He's one of the reasons that Men in the Mirror has populated. I talked to him first before I wrote the book, and he was like, "Yeah, you should tell your story."
Okay.
Good. 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 I like
So
that.
don't keep us in suspense. Indulge. What is man in the mirror?
Men in the Mirror. Short term is it's about a person, a young man by the name of Eli Carter. He goes through a lot of trials and tribulations. It started off in high school, peer pressure,
Mm,
trying to fit in, um, trying to just trying to do stuff that other kids can't do. Even though he has a conscience, even though his parents he grew up in church, his parents are ministers, but he
okay.
has a lot of peer pressure. So he uses basketball as a outlet,
Mm,
Okay.
and that outlet is for him to it's a safe place, and that outlet it gives him an alter ego with the ladies and all
okay.
that good stuff
Okay.
until God takes that away from him, and
Okay.
that's when that's when Eli found out the true meaning of trying to find identity,
Okay.
and he goes
Okay.
through a lot of depression,
Mm,
trying to self heal himself throughout his childhood, going into college, and then
wow.
when he get to college, he joins a fraternity, and he trying to find a different alter ego,
Mm,
but he using his alter ego and he using women to heal something that he never healed in his childhood,
Okay.
and
mm,
he goes through life trying to figure out if this is who he is as a person, knowing deep down inside that he's not healed, and he looking at himself in the mirror, asking himself, who am I as a person?
mm,
And he's still trying to find. He's as a grown man getting to that step, and then he meets a woman in college that he has
okay.
a child with, and they go through trauma as well. He in a toxic relationship,
Mm,
so
Mm.
in that toxic relationship, he's trying to be a father to his son, but at the same time he's not happy in the relationship he's in, so he goes out and do infidelity,
oh wow.
trying to find something to heal, even though he's not healed himself.
Mm,
And then from there he um She ended up cheating on him. He goes into a deeper depression.
Jesus.
He ended up uh have getting cancer at a young
Mm,
age. He ended up getting cancer at 22 years old, and
Wow.
then that's when life really hit him.
mm,
So
Mm.
now it's just him and his 5 year old son. So he fighting cancer with a 5 year old because the mother left him.
wow.
Mm.
Mm,
Wow. It's a single
So yeah,
parent.
so it's a like I said, it's a deep, 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 deep book. Um,
yes.
I don't want to give too much
No,
because the
don't get
book
too
come.
much.
Mhm.
Everybody,
Don't
but
get too
I'm
much. You
wait,
just
wait,
wanted
wait.
a
I'm getting
you
ready
just
to
wanted
ask
the
you
cliff notes.
to share your to share where we can purchase your book.
Right now you can pre-order my book on Amazon. It will be on Barnes and Noble on August 17th. It will be in Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
Also, I want to give a special shout out to Thomas Martin in North Carolina. He has a bookstore that my book will be in, as well as my other authors as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
And I also want to give a special shout out to Lisa Marie in Bloomfield, Iowa. My book will be also multiple of my books as well as my author's books will be in her bookstore as well.
Okay. Awesome. I love it. So I see you have a community with around you, which is good. We have
Mhm.
to surround ourselves around people, like minded. And
Yeah.
I love that you have that village to help you and to support you in what you're doing. But I also want to share because as you was talking, the hair on my arms was standing. And I say that because what you just shared right now, my youngest son is going through. And whew, and as you were talking, and I can see my son, you know, because he would mention because he likes to write, he sings when he raps, and so he puts a lot of his lyrics into a song. And he talks about how he tried to do right by women and have trying to raise his son because his first child was a son. He tried to raise his son, but even though he was trying to do right and be right for her and make try to make a home, that she didn't see it that way because sometimes trauma won't allow us to see what's good for us. So what
Mhm.
ended up happening, he went through depression. He wouldn't share much with me, of course. That's mom. We're not going to talk too much, but he would share stuff with his brothers, and some of his brothers would come back and they would tell me what was being said. But I can always see his the way that he moved, his demeanor, and and that is so true. And I'm glad that you're sharing this because so many so many young men, excuse me, are going through this, are in it,
Mhm.
don't know how to get out of it. And
Yeah.
I tell my son, I said, I said, won't you start a podcast and talk about it because he's 28. And I
Okay.
said, and you share your story with young men. I said, because when you talk, people, even older men listen to you. And I said, you have
Mhm.
a way to capture people's attention and what you're talking about. I said, won't you start this? So I'm trying to, convince him to start his podcast. But this is really good. I mean, it's touching because it hit
Yeah.
home for me because just hearing it from you. And sometimes being mothers, we can't. How can I put it? We can't raise our boys to be men that we want them to be, right? So, and
Mhm.
if their
Right.
father's not there, they're raising themselves and they're getting connected to the wrong crowd. And so they're being taught wrong. Um,
Yeah.
but by you sharing your story, you're giving hope to other young men that will watch this later, or when they scrolling through, but they would see this because this is powerful right here. What you're doing and
Mhm.
what you're talking about in your book, because again, so many young men are going through that, and so many men, um, like my son said, so many young men like me, mom, are suicidal because he was.
Mhm.
So this, like I said, it resonates deeply within me because, like I said, because of my son was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of men we don't discuss our mental health And I feel like
Mm,
this book, I advocate for mental health. I want men to other men to express how they feel, get
Yes.
emotionally invested in yourself because, like I said, the world is already beating us up because we're African American men
right.
as it
Right.
is,
Right.
and to have all that weight on your shoulders is already tough as and it's already hard. So I'm trying to raise my son the right way. I'm raising my daughter the right way to express themselves. I'm even teaching my son as he's 13 years old, going
Mhm.
into about to go into high school, not this year, but the following year.
Right.
That is gonna peer pressure and all that stuff is going to happen, and you have to make good choices.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I want to ask a question. Do you um, do you think that there needs to be more outlet for men to be able to express themselves, like in safe places without judgment? And
Hmm.
uh, I think too the women that they engage with, because sometimes men don't like to tell their stories to women because when they do, it's kind of flipped and used against them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
mean, I dated women before. I told them I used to be suicidal when we got into a bad argument, and she threw it back up in my face.
Oh
So
wow.
a lot of men, we don't like to be vulnerable with a
yeah,
woman because we don't know what your intentions is. You might throw it up in our face. We get
Hmm.
into a bad argument. You might throw that up back in our face, and even though men were meant to be strong, but sometimes when we be vulnerable with you, we letting our guard down.
Yes.
And when
mhm,
you decide to throw something that is sacred to me, because like for me personally, when I used to, date other women, and I told them that, and they threw that back in my face, they don't understand that you saying that is putting me back in a depression.
Yeah.
Because I,
mm,
I I let my guard down. I opened up to you, and
Right.
I was vulnerable with you. And with the book Men in the Mirror, when Eli was talking to the woman, the mother of his child, and he was vulnerable with her, she
Hmm.
did that same thing to him, and it put him in a deeper depression, and he almost committed suicide.
Wow.
mm,
Mm-hmm. Let's put a pin in it right there. So, Emilio, I want you to express that to women that's going to be watching it, that's watching. Share with them what
mhm,
you just shared about how men they really don't want to be vulnerable, but when they do decide to be vulnerable, how throwing things back up in their face that they felt safe to share with you, and now you're throwing it back up in their face. Uh, talk a little bit to the women right now.
So women out there that's dating men and they being vulnerable with you, don't throw anything up in their face when it comes to disagreements, because one thing that we're going to do as men is once you do something like that to us, we will never open up to you ever again with
Mm,
our problems. We will bottle that stuff in until one day we crash out or
mm,
lash out, and it might be something just small, but it could be something. It's gonna turn something small into something real big. So when
right.
you're dating someone and a man is being vulnerable with you, please, 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 please don't let that man be vulnerable, because he's emotionally invested into you and he's being safe with you and he feels
Yeah.
secure with you.
Yes.
And
mhm,
men out there, y'all have to know, if you're gonna be dating somebody, just know that if you're gonna be secure with somebody, sometimes everybody, just know who the person you being with.
That's it.
I had to learn that the hard way, and I had people throw stuff in my face, even friends throw
Mm,
stuff in my face. Like I said, I wasn't, I just now, getting to a place in my life where I can be vulnerable with the woman I'm with now, my wife.
mm,
And she encouraged me to be better. She the reason why I'm still going to therapy to this day, is because
good.
she wanted me to find out who I was as a person,
Mm,
to be a better man, a better husband, a better father to my kids, because I'm already dealing with a lot. And like I said, by me fighting mental illness at one point in time, me being suicidal,
mm-hmm.
I had to learn how to grow. So if
Yeah.
you with someone that's going, men that's going through mental illness or something like that, please be patient with them
Yeah.
because it takes a lot for someone, especially men, to open up to a woman.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That is so good. And I want to say thank you, Queen. That's to your wife. Thank you, Queen, for
Okay.
encouraging, supporting, because that's what a lot of men and women for that matter, but we're talking about men right now today.
Yes.
But needing that support, knowing that they have that queen that's going to protect that castle, right? Protect your home.
Mm-hmm.
And by her showing and supporting you, that says a lot about her and her character.
Yeah.
And I
Her emotional intelligence.
yes, yes. And I truly appreciate
Mm-hmm.
her for doing it. I know I have to say that to her, but we as women, we don't know how to give accolades to other women. And we have to start
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, even though I don't know her, but I truly take my
Yeah,
hat off to
flowers.
her
Yeah.
for saying that and giving her
Mm-hmm.
flowers, like Wendy said, because we need to learn how to support one another, even if we
Mm-hmm.
don't know each other, but just supporting um,
Yeah.
our sisters and supporting our brothers that are needing the help,
Yeah.
and learning how to pour into the ones that we say that we love, pour into them, inspire them, encourage them in all aspects of their life. And I truly appreciate that, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it. Thank
I
you.
got a
Yes.
friend. She says this to me. She say, Wendy, ain't nobody clapping for me, so I gotta clap for myself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
She'll put in a little song. Ain't nobody clapping for me. Ain't nobody clapping for me, so I gotta clap for myself. So I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Go on, girl. I'ma clap for you."
But
Don't
it's
do
good when you
that.
win somebody that they can clap when you can clap for each other. So that makes it even the
Yeah.
better.
And
Yes,
when
yes,
they are encouraging you, that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? For for your sister to call you and be like, "Hey, this happened for me," and then you excited, and that's making her even more excited. Y'all both
yes.
hooping and hollering together. That's like motivation. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? To push it more and more, and it's like um your circle has to be small in in order for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta purge out them ones that ain't for you. You gotta purge that out. And sometimes your circle gonna shrink, but that's okay because the core is what you need that's gonna be there and be supportive.
yeah.
Because just because something good happens, you don't want to be looking over there and this person looking at you all sour because you happy. And it's like, come on. I mean, you got to
Yeah, I
be
had to
able to
cut some friends
celebrate
off.
people.
You did. You
Yeah, I had
did.
to cut some.
Yeah.
I had to cut some people off. You know, my
Yeah.
Yeah,
circle
you
is
got
not. My circle
to.
is
You
not
got
as
to.
big as it used to be. My
Yeah.
circle
Yeah,
was very. My
you
circle
got
was very
to.
small.
Okay.
Very small, and we very tight, and we hold each other accountable.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. That is truly
you got
good.
to. Because you got the, what they call it, weeding out the snake.
Yeah. Because everybody can't go where you're going. So, you're
They
going to
change.
by the wayside. And it's
And
okay.
they say, and like they say, new levels, new devils.
True.
Mm. I
You
don't want
know,
no
so I don't want no devils. You hear me? And it's like you,
Yeah, not me either.
Right, right.
okay.
But that comes
And
with the
it's like you
territory.
want
We
to have
understand.
you want to have a safe place to express yourself. A person that you can go to pray with, that's going to touch and agree with you, that's going to pray for you when they see you, because they so connected to you that when they see you, when they look at you, they could tell something wrong just right off, and they'll be like, hey, let's pray. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You need that type of circle. You don't need people with what's wrong and, monitoring spirits, I call them, trying to be nosy, trying to see what's going on so they can talk and then be, happy for the downfall. But you don't need stuff like that. You need people that are going to be truly and genuinely, connected to you, that's going to pray with you, and you could do the same with them. what that iron sharpens iron, where it's tight and there's no room for conflict or division,
Right, right.
because God ain't the author of confusion.
No, ma'am. No,
No,
ma'am.
he's not.
And you say you
Not
have
at
a
all.
publishing company. For those that are watching and who has started writing their book and and is needed some assistance, how can they reach out to you? Are you taking like outside people as well to help in their publishing?
Yeah, so I have a total of seven authors under my company.
Okay.
I have
Mhm.
two authors that are international. They're from overseas. They're from Africa,
Oh wow. Okay.
and
Okay.
right now
Awesome.
we're working. I'm working on their books right now. And if they wanted to submit their manuscript, they can email my company. The email address is empublishing44@gmail.com.
Okay.
Right now we're taking this is the last week that we're taking manuscripts,
Hmm.
because
Okay.
after that we're going to be stopping for a while, because I want to get these other authors out there, to get them, get their books pushed out
Okay.
and help them
Mhm.
with their marketing.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
like that. And I know we was talking off camera, off the platform, and I know you do a lot of other things as well. Um, share with us what other things that you have that God is allowing you to utilize your gifts in.
Currently right now, me and my business partners, we are working on a short film called Catch a Fade. We in the process of writing that. We just got done filming our new series that's becoming the 2B very soon, called What Shall I Do. We're working on work. Should be going to 2B, BET Plus, all those streaming platforms. We're working
Awesome.
out the details with that. We're
Mm,
working on Catch a Fade. Catch a Fade. I also have a YouTube series called Millie and Lil Mac Shows a Cartoon. So 3-minute cartoon
let
episodes,
me
like 10
see.
Oh,
episodes
awesome.
You said
on YouTube.
million.
Millie and Lil Mac featuring Uncle Fillmore. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
We
it's a
can
little
check that
cartoon
out.
that some cartoon 3-minute episode cartoons, like some micro dramas that they call them now, film
Okay.
industry.
Yeah.
And then right now I'm also just got done helping one of my authors. Her name is Cece Roberts. She just
Okay.
got done writing her book, which is called the CC Method. She's talking about um, going from loving wanting to be a hairstylist to a hairstyle owner, but her journey starts when she did her first hair with her did her first hair
Mhm.
um, at a young age. So it's a little memoir. It's her true story about
Okay.
her documentary.
Okay.
From
Okay.
there, my other author, her name is Maisha Alford. She's working on her second book, which is called The Becoming of Her.
Mm.
We just got done writing her last book, where she sold over 300 copies within the first 3 weeks.
What you say?
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
And she just got nominated for an award, which she probably going to win after I hopefully, pray that everything goes through.
Mm-hmm.
She will win an award for the what was the award for is the Christian Lit Awards, and the category
Okay.
she gets in is was it new author. So she's in the top
Okay.
top running for that award, as well as my other author, CC. She's also got nominated for an award as well
Oh
for
wow.
Christian health and wellness. So we find
Okay.
out next week if they won. If they did win, that's two that'll be two award winning authors under my company.
All right now. Okay.
Awesome. You
Okay.
doing
I
some
love it. I
great
love it. I
things
love
over
it.
there. That's what's up.
Your hands are anointed. You know that.
Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your
Yes.
hands are anointed. And
This is
so
such
things
a
that you touch,
blessing.
things that you're touching, even
It's
in the
prosperous.
manuscripts, they are prospering.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
This
appreciate it. I
is
appreciate
so
it. I'm trying. I'm
awesome.
trying.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, it's good to see. us doing something good,
Okay.
prosper, and it's good that we are breaking barriers in
Yes.
places that people said that we wouldn't be able to even enter. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the stigma that they have on us anyways, or we
Yes.
don't read, we don't do any things, but no, we're becoming authors where we're publishing and we're
Yes.
touching lives and we're changing lives, talking about what we've gone through. So I love to see it. That is such a great feeling to see that other people are making it and doing things great in their lives and in the areas that they live in.
Yeah,
And we
I
doing
like
it
saying, I
with
like saying, like I
excellence.
said, we ain't gotta be drug dealers
No,
to be
absolutely.
doing great.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Doing
Absolutely.
it with excellence. Come on now.
That's it. That's it. I remember somebody had told me it was a patient that I had that I was dealing with, and this was years ago. And he had told me, and he used to be in the White House, so he used to live in the White House years ago when the Bushes were in office. So we was providing services for him, and so he had looked at me one day before he hit me in my stomach, but mind you,
Uh-uh.
but he had he says, you people are always in trouble. You people are always, and when he said this, Obama was in office. So he says, you people are always in the courtroom. You always going to jail. I said, yeah, and you people, we are in the White House now, and we're running the world. So it was
Okay.
like,
Right,
so you people, we have some education too now.
right.
Look, and when he was saying you people is always in the courtroom, yeah, as judges and
Yeah,
as
yeah, attorneys,
court appointed attorneys.
Right. Supreme Court.
right, that
Okay.
part.
You people is crazy.
You people.
Right.
But it's just good that we can show them that we can run with the best of them and
Yeah.
hang with the best of them and out and outdo some of the best of them.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it's a
And
great
then
feeling.
they'll try to take credit for it.
They can't take credit with God. With God,
No.
it's
Mm-mm. But they'll try to, you know what I'm saying?
yes,
They'll try
yes,
to insert themselves because they see something great and they'll try to insert themselves with something negative. Like
right.
say you seen a video of somebody doing something positive and I call them the keyboard monitors. They'll be on there. The keyboard monitors, they'll be on there, and then they see all of this positivity, then they'll come and say something slick, you know,
Yeah.
just to get in, just to get attention. And
Mm-mm.
so, oftentimes I'll find myself like if I make a comment, a positive comment, and then one of them keyboard monitors will come and say something negative to me. And I'm like, I know you do this because you need attention. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you'd lead a boring life. Nobody ever interacts with you. You're socially awkward. That's why you
Mm-mm.
do this in order to get in interaction. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it
Right.
is. They don't, and really they be picking the wrong one. Cause I be having time. I be
Mm-mm.
having time.
I don't give
I
everybody my
be having
attention and
time.
my energy.
Look,
Yeah, I feel that. I don't
I'm
either.
look. I know how to make them go sit down somewhere real quick,
Yeah,
real
my
quick.
energy. When you get your piece, it's like you gotta protect it at all costs. I'm
You
not.
Yeah,
hear
you
I'm
me?
do.
not entertaining. I'm good. So, do
Sometimes
you
that's how I
have any
be
other good things
protecting
coming
my
down the
peace.
pipeline, Amelia? Do you have any other good things coming down the pipeline? I know you already have some good things, but any other things that you're working on? Any projects?
Yeah, so me and my wife, we're working on a book called Define It or Leave It. It's we about to cut this narrative about the relationships. We about to dive in deep.
Okay.
We're working on that book
Okay.
right now. My kids are working on a book. My daughter's working on a picture illustration book, and my son is working on a novel.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Family
Everybody,
of riders,
everybody
right?
right.
Family of riders. I know that's right. Keep that money
Okay.
flowing.
And what else? I got, like I said, I'm working on other projects with other authors.
Okay.
I do want to give a special shout out to another author that I forgot to shout him out as well, James Smith. We used to do credit repair together. We wrote a book
Okay.
called Credit the Road to Credit the Credit Score, the Road to 800 Credit Score. We talk about how to get remove stuff off your credit within 30 days.
Okay.
He also started a company. We both started a company together to help people about financial literacy.
Okay.
And other than that, like I said, I got my hands tied up in a lot of different projects, helping people publish their books. I'm supposed to be going to Phoenix next year to receive Author of the Year award through
Okay.
the International Impact Award. So I'm grateful for that.
Right.
And like I
You
said,
keep
I'm working on other stuff, other projects I got going on right now. I can't talk about, I'm not, can't bring up everything right now, but
right.
I do have
Okay.
a horror story coming out as well. So
Uh-oh.
Horror story.
yeah, so
Are really busy, 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 and that's good. I'm
Okay.
glad. I'm
You're
glad
a good busy.
you're putting
That's a
things
good
in books
busy.
people can read, and they're able to see what you've come from, and also that you're helping other people to publish their books and get their word out as well. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Continue to do what you do, and then also too,
Right.
all your books that you mentioned, are they available on Amazon, or where can they purchase your books?
all my books are on Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
Mhm.
So all you gotta do is type in my name, Emilio Minor, in Amazon platform, as well as
Okay.
Barnes and Noble. There pop up. I have ebooks, paperback books,
Okay.
a hard copy, whatever you prefer. Next year around this time, I will be turning all my books into audio books. I feel like
Mm,
Okay,
I
that's
heard
good.
a lot of people were telling me audio books are easier. It's easier,
Mhm.
and you can just put it on your phone.
mm-hmm.
I'm working on a short
Mhm.
film, which is called the short film is called The Writer's Block. It's starring myself.
Okay.
Um, Written by me, written by me, directed by me, and I have a list of cast members we're gonna be filming that. So we coming out next
Ooh.
year. And
Okay.
other than that, like I said, this is busy writing.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
love it. I love it.
awesome.
I love it. It is so good.
Yeah.
I will be putting your information in the chat down below after I show your email. So anyone is interested, they have to what you said to the end of this month, right?
The end of this
Manuscript in-
week, me and my team will not real will not be accepting any more submissions. We had
Okay.
we got 3,000 submissions of manuscripts that we're
Ooh.
Ooh.
going to be looking at, and we're taking the best of the best.
Okay.
Like I said, a lot of no shade on a lot of these literary companies, but a lot of those companies do not really look at your manuscripts. I actually read your manuscripts, me
Okay.
and my editing team,
Okay.
and we impact your manuscripts. What we do is once we read your manuscript, we do send you back a detailed breakdown of breakdown of your script. We analyze everything and we give you straight feedback on what we feel that you need to work on before we take you to a traditional publishing
Okay.
company, because I do have a partnership with the actual traditional publishing company.
Okay.
And if
Okay.
you feel like you're a good fit, we bring you on and we help you grow your platform.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
So you
Yeah.
do a lot of good things. So yeah, so I'll
Yeah.
put your information in the comments. Your books. I'll go on Amazon myself and I'll look at all the books and drop down the links
Yeah.
in the comment box. Help people out that don't like to do research. So
Okay.
I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of people don't do
Yeah.
that.
They don't like to read.
they don't like to do a lot of
It's
research,
right
but
there. Yeah.
so if y'all have a manuscript, And if y'all can get it in by the end of this week, do so. Reach out to him. He,
Mm,
like he said, he's only taking the best of the best. But by the end of this week, so I'll be dropping the email in the box, the comment section, so that way you guys can automatically reach out to him, send him an email, and then
mhm,
let him his company do the work, do magic. Because you see, everybody that he's helping, they're being being honored in some way, shape, or form. So
yeah.
get on when you can get on.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do open up my email, y'all, just because I'm the founder and CEO. That don't open up my email. Everything that y'all send to me, I get on my phone.
Good, 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 good. That's so. So
Mm,
y'all hear that straight from his mouth. So,
yeah.
he's not passing off. He's getting them. He's receiving them. So,
Yeah.
it behooves you to reach out to him if this is something that you guys been wanting to do and want to get, well known. So this is something that you want to do. Go ahead and reach out to Emilio and his team, and they'll be able to assist you in that area. But I truly, again, appreciate you coming on tonight, sharing your
Mm,
story, and sharing your gifts with us, letting us know
yeah.
what you're doing, how you're being honored, and that's a great thing. Like Wendy said, iron sharpen iron. So
Yeah.
you hang around with the ones that you want to get sharpened with. You can't just hang around with everybody, anybody, because
Yeah.
some people don't want nothing and they don't have.
Everybody ain't for you.
Right, and they're not producing any fruit from their tree. So you want to hang
Mm-hmm.
around with people that are actually producing something. You're seeing the fruit from their labor.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. So do you want to say anything before we end on tonight, Mr. Emilio?
Yes, I want to give a special shout out to my wife, Kaylin. Thank you for being
Yes,
there for me through day
Thank
one.
you,
My kids,
Kaylin.
yes,
Tristan, and Camille. I love y'all. I want to give a shout out to my team. I want to give a special shout out to my assistant,
yes,
Mike. You do so much for me behind the scenes. I appreciate you. I appreciate the whole editing squad at EM Publishing. Also, want to give a special shout out as well to my partners, traditional partners. Prime Publishing. Thank y'all so much for helping me get my Man in the Mirror book pushed out as well as into some stores in New York as well. So appreciate y'all.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Wendy,
Awesome.
you have anything to say?
I just want to thank you for being you. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for, having the courage to go to therapy and produce this man that's sitting before us. And just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing it with excellence. And I celebrate you. I commend you. I
Yeah,
give you your flowers,
yeah,
and it's awesome to see, a black man doing what he needs to do for himself and to spread knowledge to others. So thank you so much for coming on
yeah,
the show and sharing with us.
I
yeah,
appreciate that. Thank y'all.
yeah.
Thank you so much for having me, both of you guys.
Yes, sir. It's my pleasure. Thank you for staying up.
Okay.
No, normally it's so funny is because I work night shifts, so this is not a problem for me. I'd have been at work.
Oh,
I'd have
really?
been what? I'd have been at.
Oh,
This would have been
okay.
for 5 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours in.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Well, we thank you, and continue to do what you do. And I pray and hope that I see you on Tubi because I love watching Tubi. So
Me
I
Oh
hope
too. I'll
that
be
yeah,
on
you
Tuesday.
watch your movies.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can keep in contact and see things that you're doing. Shoot me some things that you're doing, and I don't have a problem
Yeah.
promoting and sharing for you on our end over
Yeah.
here. I do believe in supporting. It doesn't. You don't always have to come out of pocket with money. You can always there's other ways that you can support. So
Yeah.
like I said, if you have anything that you're doing that you want recognition on, or you want other people to know, especially here in Vegas, let me know. Let us know, and again, we'd be happy to share
Hmm.
things that you're doing. Your upcoming movie, and if you're looking for, I know you already have. You said you had a cast, but if you need any extras or something like that, you know,
You know,
let us know.
we just we just
I
saying we
appreciate it.
available.
I appreciate that so much. I am supposed to be coming to Vegas though. One of my pastors from Michigan, he is out there, so I'm supposed to come visit
Okay.
him and drop off my
Okay.
book to him personally.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna have to get me a book. So meet you at the church so you can sign my book.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's not a problem at all. I most definitely will.
Yes, yes. So it was truly an honor to have you on tonight.
Yes, so nice to meet you.
I
Same,
enjoyed
same,
you.
same. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
both of you guys.
Yes, sir. And you have a blessed rest of your evening. And
You too.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to see your babies in books and stuff too. So
Okay.
keep
And
Thank
us.
you. I
don't
appreciate
hesitate
y'all.
to reach out when you come out with new stuff so that we can, if you want to come back on and
Look
up,
at
he's
you.
gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Uh,
Yep,
Oh, there
he
you go.
gone. Oh, there you
He said he gone.
go.
I'm most definitely, like I said, we most definitely gonna connect because I want to bring some of my authors on. I'm getting a
Yeah,
Yes,
two
yes.
of
absolutely.
some of my authors
Absolutely.
are never did podcast interviews, so that's
Okay.
one of the things that we do here at EM Publishing
Okay.
is we help you promote
Yeah.
your book. We help you get on podcasts like this.
Okay.
Um, like I
We would
said, I got
love
my
to hear
schedules. My
some.
look, like I said, I appreciate Mike so much because he handles all of my, my marketing and stuff like that in my podcast, and he got my schedule. I'm gonna get him on this for messing up my schedule because I ended up scheduling the podcast that I was supposed to do at 7 o'clock, and he was like, "Oh, this not this one," but I told we gonna work it out though. I
Tell us
still
that.
love
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, thank
not a
you, thank
problem.
you.
Yes, let us know when you want to bring your other authors on.
Yeah,
We would love to have them on as well.
No
yes.
problem. I will.
All right. You have a blessed night. Thank
You
you.
too. Thank you. Bye
All right.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That's the end
Yes,
of our
he
show on
was
tonight. We
so
had a
awesome.
yes, he was very, very
Oh
knowledgeable,
my
very good
God.
in many areas.
And
But I,
very, very busy.
yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh my gosh.
But I am
That is
glad that he
so
took time
awesome.
out to come and
Yes.
share his story with us here at the Healing Project. We never know what somebody's going through, have gone through.
Yeah.
And we can't just base it by what we look on the outside. They used to say the saying,
Mhm.
you can't judge a book by its cover.
That's
And
true.
it is good that we have men that are not ashamed to share what they've gone
Yeah.
through because other men need to hear it because our men don't speak
Yeah.
about their mental health.
They
Our
don't.
men are ashamed to speak about what they're going through and what they're enduring.
Mhm.
But when they have somebody a safe place to share what it is that they're going through, what they have gone,
Yeah.
that's what they need. Because like
Yeah.
Emilio has stated before earlier up in the show, he said that you know being black men, they're already being judged or being
Yeah.
have other
Every single
issues
day.
besides other things that they have to deal with. So if we can
Mhm.
be our men's safe place, let us be their safe place and not
Yeah.
a havoc place. Because what in the Bible say, a man rather be on a rooftop than inside the house with a nagging wife. So
Come on now.
we want to be able to show our men that we do care for them. We want to be able to
Yeah.
show our men that we can inspire, we can encourage, we can uplift you.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
can protect because as a wife, we're
Yeah.
supposed to protect as well.
Yeah.
Even though they protect us, we're supposed to protect our husbands as well.
Yeah.
So that is the end of our show on tonight. Meet us back in 2 weeks on
2 weeks.
the 17th. We're gonna have
Yes.
Prophet Darius. He's gonna
Yes.
be on
Ooh,
the
I'm
show.
excited for that one.
Girl,
I'm excited for
yes,
that one.
yes, yes, yes. And he's
Yeah.
gonna be talking and sharing his story. And y'all
Yes.
put it on your calendar, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific
Please
Standard
do.
Time. We're going to be having Prophet Darius on our
Yes.
platform on the Healing Project. So until then, y'all stay safe and stay blessed. And thank you for
Yes.
tuning in to the Healing Project.
Amen.
Good night.
Bye. That